Hey, what's up, guys? I don't have an intro for day five. I I'm not real good at this yet. In fact, this is the only trip I've gone on where I've like videotaped as much as I had. I don't know why I don't have an intro because I could have done that in the room. Anyway, so this is day five. Day five, we spent the day at Coco Cay. It's their private island, and you'll see at some point. I think the later video when we're going back to the ship shows just how massive the Utopia is because it's next to another ship. Um, when you're on Utopia, it feels big, but I've never been on a ship either, so I don't really have like a frame of reference. So seeing the two, we spent the day at Coco Cay at I believe it was called Hideaway Island or Hideaway Beach. It's like the adults only beach. Don't get your hopes up. There's no nudity or nothing like that. Um, but we were in the ocean. I have some underwater shots of some little fish and stuff that were there. I have shots of the pool. We were there. We had some empanadas. There's a really bad picture of those. I don't know if you guys like the time lapse I put in the one video of us leaving, yesterday's or last video of us leaving, but I got a couple time lapses of like people walking past the bar and stuff in there just to give it a little mix up. Like I said, we had the empanadas. We had a seafood pizza there too. I didn't have a picture of it. I ate it too fast because I was starving. Lots of beer by a company called Sands. It's a Bohemian. So Bahamas are considered. They call themselves Bohemians, almost Bohemians, but a little different. And it's a Bohemian beer. Had that. It was a good lager. It wasn't great, but it was good. I liked it. I'd buy it if I could get it here. Plus, it would remind me of not being here, right? So that would be great. And then, so we had that. I had that. Some mixed drinks. Then I don't have a picture of it, and I don't know why. Maybe my wife doesn't. I'll add it later. But they had these fish sandwiches, and they were like a square fish patty, kind of like how McDonald's has a rectangle, but they were big and they were like thick, like that, and they were delicious. Like I don't know if it was cod or what halibut or whatever. I think it might have been grouper to be honest, because they had grouper on the ship, and they tasted kind of like it, and they were delicious. I had like two of those because it's so hot and sweaty, and then you're swimming around, you're walking around. So we checked that out. We had those. On the way out, we looked for a gift shop. We saw another little restaurant. We stopped at that little restaurant. We had some Jamaican jerk. I believe it was Jamaican jerk. I say it in the video what they are after the fact. I do a little brief recap at the end of the video, but it wouldn't make sense to have cut that and put it at the beginning of the video because we were walking towards the ship. So it would have been a little confusing. But we had these Jamaican jerk wings. They were delicious. We were talking to two nice women that were sitting at the table with us. They're super cool. Yeah. Then we hit the ship. We went back and it was about 3:30. We ran into some of our friends going up the gangway and getting on the ship. And what I don't know is what we did that evening. I want to say we had dinner at the Windjammer Buffet, possibly, or we had a late lunch there. Maybe I think we had a late lunch there and we just kind of tooled around the pool decks and stuff. So my video actually cuts off relatively early. This is only a 15-minute long video roughly because I don't remember why I didn't bring any of the cameras. I don't know what I'm missing or if something got deleted. But you get to see the island and it's beautiful. And if you're gonna go on a cruise, highly recommend it. It was a great time. It was a beautiful island, great time. Staff was great. The bartenders were whoever their DJ was. This guy was like hitting every banger from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and remixing stuff that was classic rock, country, whatever, into what he was playing. I mean, it was a blast. The bartenders were dancing around, having a good time. Um, this is where I found out. This is where I was talking to one bartender and found out that they actually live on the island, and that the majority of people really enjoy it. You know, it's like any other job. They said ups and downs, more ups and downs. I think I said that in the last video too. But yeah, so that's it. That's what this video is about. It's Coco Cay. It is day 3. Day 4 is the wedding, and day 5 we depart sadly and go back to Kissimmee where we had hotel room troubles. But you'll hear more about that in that video. So thanks for watching. I'll probably be posting a gameplay of something soon. I recorded a couple of hours of surviving the aftermath with no commentary, so you don't have to listen to me. I'll probably do some Kathy. I'm hoping to get Kathy Rain up today too. So in the next chapter. So we'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you could click that subscribe button and that follow button, I'd really appreciate it. And have a great day.